Notice that one of the things that theists admit to occasionally is the feeling of hopelessness they would have without their religion. Usually this comes up in the context of speculation about how atheists must feel. Atheists don't generally feel this way, even though this keeps coming up. I used to think that believers had some sort of mental block when it came to logic, so I think I've been concentrating on that a little too much in my quest to understand them. But I'm starting to think that the fundamental difference between believers and non-believers lies more with their inability to cope with a reality where there's no defined purpose, where we don't really know where we came from. We do have some idea about what caused life to begin, but it's too soon to tell, and we just don't know yet. But this is unacceptable to a theist. Any answer will do, even if it is incredible. It's kind of like preferring to read the tabloids because the newspaper is just too objective. An open-ended question when it comes to our origins and purpose is just entirely too dismal of a prospect to allow themselves to believe. So now I'm setting out to define that difference a little better. What can we show theists that will convince them that reality is infinitely more beautiful than any religious outlook? What can we point out that will show that an atheist worldview isn't depressing at all? Since I don't find my worldview depressing, I only notice this when it is expressed by a believer in conversation. An atheist worldview, it seems, just isn't able to make them feel good like a religious one does, and there's no way we're going to talk them into facing a reality that makes them feel bad. So I'm trying to figure out exactly what makes them feel bad. This has come up recently with the theist videos asking what atheism has to offer. I don't know if anyone else has noticed this about themselves, but I walk around all day with a thorn in my side. Things bother me. There's just so much in this world that just isn't resolved. If I could come to one easy resolution about everything in the world, like religion offers, it would certainly take that stitch out of my ribs, but that would actually leave me with a lot less purpose in my life, and that would actually be very depressing. I want to feel the weight of the injustices of this world because they are actually ours to correct. This may be part of the difference between believers and non-believers. 90% of the world is walking around all blissed out on their ultimate purpose and ultimate answers, when that supposed purpose involves letting their actual purpose slip away. Their purpose becomes to convince others that there's a definitive purpose, which of course is to save everyone else by convincing them that there's a definitive purpose. No progress can be had with this way of thinking. We're just chasing our tails, converting people so that they can fulfill their destiny by converting other people. People are so afraid of death, it seems, and are so desperate to come to a definitive and desirable resolution about death that they're willing to devalue their own lives, believing things that they know aren't true, and diluting any meaning their lives could have had. That is a dismal way of thinking, if you ask me.